Okay, good morning, friends. This is Jeff Arcos. Welcome again to the daily webinar. Today we are Monday, 19th of August 2019. Remember, this webinar is not meant to be a financial advice. This is only an education presentation. Please consider term and condition before you continue. Saying when you're receiving this recording. So, well, thank God for another day into my life and I pray His blessings today. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so welcome again to the new week, and let's have a look what we have over here. And I have a couple lessons to actually add it up, so make sure that yeah, we keep in tune with that. Um, on the today we don't have much of the news, but tomorrow we have something. 11:30, so yeah, it's a clean day. Now, I will not do the chats anymore in the morning, but I will do after the webinars because I normally like to set the trace after 10 to 11, because anything, sometimes can happen at that moment, so we can sort of kind of be safe from those trades. All right, so there we are. Entered to the new week. In what we have actually added up in here is that the weekly watch list. So if you see in the twin plot, so because I need this for I haven't done last week this one, so I need where to get that for the results and that, and then every day this one it will be posted over here. Then we got that the weekly and the daily. So in the weekly we see, I don't know if you remember when Helen, I think you do remember when we used to watch from 1 week to 1 week. What was the performance of that week over there from from the 11 to the 16, 16 to the 21, 21 to 26. So if we just quickly look from there, we see what happened, from the 6 to the 11. So that's mean that the pound is taking over from somehow, no big time, but we see a change over there. We see the euro now it become a negative there. So when I put it here, the euro, uh, we see that from that week, has come down to that point. So that is telling us something. Maybe the euro pound. So we look in the euro pound, which we don't trade anyway. But when I don't know if I have the euro pound here. Yeah, I do have there. So when I'm looking the weekly, that's the weekly that reflects over there. Amazing weekly down. So we put it over there. This is the pound and this is the euro. We see the divergence from that week, the beginning, to this week over here. And therefore, yeah, so that was something that I don't know if you remember we used to watch in that direction as well, and that it is. So then we come to the monthly to see do we have any is any resistance over there, and we can say uh, definitely we are in those levels over there. So that's an amazing weekly as well. I can shoot a line there. So everything is to work, and then we see that right over here as well could be another monthly. So that's an incredible run from starting from May, June, July, August, and that's the could be the end, but that's what it is telling us on here. So yeah, that was a good trick. The yen still now says is weak, but the weakness doesn't show on here because we're still right over there. Now it's through the day, through the Monday to Friday, do we'll see a move of the yen there. So we don't know. So the pound definitely is confirmed in the strength, but not the other one. So New Zealand, I think it's been weak for quite some time. So it's coming from there, and it's a flat week at the end of the day. Every number ended up in the same. So when it's flat as well, something I have seen is that when it goes to the 7, it can't go any more lower than that. But here is a whole week on the same number. So are we just about to um, and yes, so that's It's going to be. I just got your email, you message, Kojo, so yeah, definitely we can talk after that. And there we are. So, so with the New Zealand, then we look and then from the rest, then we can see there is not much numbers. The big movers were over there. So we look in Australia is tried to get up, and there it is. It did went up and then came down as well. So, but anyway, so then Swiss is weak, and I look over there, and wow, this is completely flat. So no decision. Canadian is down in a flat, so not much action. Definitely is in a consolidation, and the U.S. is very important there. Oh, didn't get that one there, and that it is. So the U.S. was from 1 is 2, and it holds the strength over there. Okay, so that's one thing that I like to see always the reflection of the weekly over there. So when you put this, anything, let's see the pound US, we look in the both are in the same directions. Maybe we can hold that one there. But if we say the euro, how many of you got the euro US last week when we did have the signal? Unfortunately, as I said, I couldn't stay there. So the euro in that day, that was the 14th of August. So if we're looking the euro US and so that's 12, 13, and 14 of August, we did have some kind of no much of the signal here, but I think in the in this one we did have a good signal to there. So that was quite good, and from there the market has run now. Okay, so that's one. So that's one of the things with the index meter. I need to make sure that everyone's is in the same same thing, so we know which one is which one. Now, just try to make sure that it's hard to really. I don't know whether I'm going to need. Um, so there. Mm, I know whether to squish this ones over here. Try to make this 18. I can put maybe 14. 14. And this one's as well 16, 16. I just tried to squeeze them just to see if I can see more of the history. Yeah, that could be good. So all right. Okay, so that now another important, I believe, thing that we need to get into place. I have two major groups that I always like to see because the correlation is the US group and the yen group. Now, with the US group, you have to have what is the driven of the US group? Who drives the US group? You tell me. Now, if we're looking to trade only one group, let's look, the pound group, it can really make you bigger smile, and your account as well can make you there. Now, with the US group, the main driver always will be the dollar, isn't it? So the dollar always going to be our major sort of kind of group over there. Now, if this is true, what is the number one? There. And we want to say this is the US dollar. Now, if you're looking through history over here, all right, what is happening over there is that every time the dollar changes his strength, whether it's going up or down, all right, so let's look for example when the dollar, I don't think so this one will help us much, but when the dollar, goes one direction of another in there. So 12, 13, 14, 15. So the main thing in here is that, no, that one, another color. So 15, that's 14. I'm sure in the other table here, we did have the dollar. The dollar has been going sort of kind of sideways over there, but that date is very obvious over there, isn't it? All right. Now, if you just follow this, what I'm going to say to you, we make sure that we have one of the either index with us all the time. And you're only going to trade 7 pairs here. That's all. We're not looking anything more. All right. 7 pairs over there. So if the dollar is going up, we're going to be looking to go short the euro, the pound, Australia, New Zealand, and look long for the US Canadian, US Swiss, and US yen. All right. Now, let me see if I can bring the last week. I think it's this one here. I just want to make sure that you get this lesson because this could be a very important for everyone there. So that's the 14th of August. So we look in the 14th of August is over here. And we look in the dollar in a positive side. So we're looking at completely, running up over there. And that for me is good enough to tell me that this changing of a strength over here is supported by the index meter. It did not supported by the other one, but here definitely is supported over here. Now here is suggesting me as well that I should be looking the US yen to trade that day. So I'm coming over there and I look in the US yen, to try because such a big move over there, but nothing happened over there until the next day. So we cancel the trade once we see the market has going opposite over there. Then as well, the US Swiss is suggesting me over here, and the US Swiss will come around here, get it, that trade, and then runs with that one over here. Now, we need to be looking what happened on the 15 as well, because on the 15, the US is still on the green, and the Swiss, is still strong as well, and that's what the confusion we have on over here. Now, we look in the Euro US now. So the Euro US over there in that day, and that's where the Euro US was in that day. So, and from there, whether we put it there, we said, okay, yeah, 30 pips, maybe 5 pips, 35 pips, and put it that as a trail, break even when the market moves another, 30 pips from there, and all of this. All right. Now, David just signed up there in Lawrence, so I'm just going to repeat that very quickly there. So what we're looking over here is that the dollar index. So we're going to be looking only the dollar pairs. And I always recommend to start with one group when you start one count. When your count grows, then you can jump to a second group, that's what the order I normally have. I like the US pairs, then I jump to the yen, then the euro and the pound, God saves the pound because this is really, could be that. I think you should be trading the 1 min of the pound because it's the only way to trade that. But a normal trade is that. But what we're looking over here that on the 14th of August that the US dollar was strong, and we have in the 14th of August a jump of this consolidation that the dollar was up, it was down, it was up, it was down. But this day, not only in numbers but as well on the chat we have there. So we already looked the yen, the Swiss, and the euro. So the yen did not go to trade, the Swiss did not go to trade, and the euro it got a trade. So if we say that we're only going to be trading this 301, that's the one. And I remember in my middle of my confusion, we did actually trigger that one there. All right. So that's there. You measure there 30 pips plus 5 pips, 35 pips. And at the moment, this one could be running there. Now, the benefit is we live in the same consolidation that was there in that day. The index meter is supporting us. We got the dollar in place for that because at that point, we don't know what's going to happen next. We just know here. So we make that decision, and that's what it is. Now, if we say I'm going to be trading the dollar from here, you know, if I look the Australian US as it says over here, look what the Australian US is. The Australian is too strong for me to beat this one over there. So I would not be picking the Australian US, just leave it alone. Then Canadian, I would say it as well. And look, the Canadian never went up from there. Well, it was too volatile anyway. But the Canadian possible would get us into here, and then would be closed out the next day before the New Zealand. So New Zealand here is more stronger than the US, but we're looking because we're looking of this. This is where we're looking. So we're looking to trade this short and this one's long. Okay, that's our physical way of looking. All right. So we're looking there, we support by the index mid over here, and we want to trade that direction only for that moment. The euro is okay. The pound, if we say that already, we did not have any signal because the pound isn't the same strength with that. The Australia worse. So if we're looking to go short, this is an opposite way. So this is how we can actually filter those trades and say, okay, in this group, we're going to be trading the yen, the Swiss, and the euro. And the only trigger, it would be the euro at that point of time. That was our chosen one. And then the New Zealand, if we're looking to go short, we were in the wrong side. We wanted with the short as the euro was. We wanted this. We wanted these connections with that connection over there. All right, simple like that. You got it? That now after that, I will not go to the index meetup anymore because I would take too long over there. But let's look in the physical way. The market is going up, up, up. In this date, we have a down. I wish that I could have time to go and you can actually look. And the 2nd of August, we have a change of strength over there. I don't know whether we got resisting in the weekly or monthly over there, but we got a change. Is the index meter support me that change? So therefore, if the dollar is coming down from there, what I need to be looking is to go along with the euro, the pound, Australia, New Zealand, depending what there is giving me today, and looking for sure for the yen, the Swiss, and the Canadian. Now, if I look the euro, that's a nice trade, 150 pips. If I look the pound, you see this one was no in the like the euro was actually changing the strength. It's about the midpoint, but the pound was no. So that's mean that we filter that. Like I said, this is gonna be our filter where we put it at trade and where we not put it at trade. Here, worse. We cannot go along with that one over there. New Zealand, we cannot go along with something like that. Canadian, we cannot go short with something is going opposite. Swiss, now we got it. Can you see that? Anybody see this one? So Swiss, suddenly, it is where we want to be with the dollar. So we want to say the dollar, it will be my leader, and I will trade the dollar chats wherever it goes there. Did you agree with me in that? So we follow that. We might trade 1-2 currencies per day, but that will give us enough, this cable is just tied up everywhere. And that would be the one to trade. And the US yen as well. So in 7 currencies, we only triggered 3, but the 3 were, some pips around. So would you be happy with that? Of course you would. Now, we look at over here, the market is coming down, 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 and that day is up. So this is the day that I want to see what here, why that changes happen. So I want to be looking over there. And so therefore, if the dollar is going up over there, what I'm looking from that point over there, I want to go short with the euro, the pound, Australia, New Zealand, and I want to be long with the Canadian, Swiss, and yen. Okay, so let's look the euro US first, and that it is. So we set up, we look in our stop loss, 35 pips, 40 pips. Here we can now decide whether we want to put the breakout or we want to put it both, because now we let the index meter give us the right set for this trade. Okay, so that would be, Even if we just want to, some pips around, and we're looking from there to there, from excuse me, let me get my tablets. If we got triggered from there and we get out over there 71 pips, I don't think so. No one's can complain. Otherwise, here would be your exit as well, which is not too bad at the end of the day. Then we look in the pound. Yep, that's where we want it. The pound would be triggered over here, and maybe on only 40 pips. Not really much, but that's okay. The Australia, and that's the one that we did before. So if I measure from here to there, 20 pips, I think 30 pips would be good, and I got triggered over there. Now knowing that maybe over here, if I got a stop out over there, maybe 30 pips would be safe, and that's the run. New Zealand, maybe here, I still, maybe yes, maybe no, but the next day, I don't know what the index meter would tell us. The next day, definitely it would be a trade for me over there. And maybe if I get out over there, jump it back over here, and then continue running over there. Canadian, we're looking to go up. And to know if we are below to the midpoint, I would consider maybe the next day, and I didn't do any much. I don't know what the index meter would say. Swiss, we are in the wrong side yet. Maybe the next day, I don't know, maybe through the middle of the London session, I would consider, but that's not there. Yen, that was from red to green. That's my entry, whatever it is. Stop loss over here, 30 pips, and then maybe didn't do that well. But how many winners we have for something like that? Now, every time you look to trade, for example, there, I remember that trade. And the index meter here, it was telling us actually the pound did have a lot of strength in that day. If you look in the pound Australia, we look in the pound Canadian, we look in the pound New Zealand, we look in the pound Swiss, everything was telling us, and if the euro pound will go short, it was telling us the pound US is ready to trade long over there. The index meter was with us there. But what would stop us to trade long over there is by having the dollar indicator. The dollar was no any way to go down. What do you reckon, Rita? Is that a good way to, I think it to any small size account, this is, I believe, is quite good, isn't it? Just to to get the pips, let the EA trade, and that's it. Here we have a change from positive to negative, below to the midpoint. Don't just change. Everything is there. Hopefully the index meter would be, in our place. And from that moment, we want to say, okay, the euro, we're looking to go long. Maybe we got to stop out over there, re-enter somewhere over here. As I say, we need to see what the index meter is telling us. The pound US. Yep, that was no bad trade for that one there, especially for on couple days. We can use this one for targeting, and if we got somewhere over there to that is a nice 75 pips, very healthy. I would get out anyway, looking somewhere over there, which it was very, very close at the end of the day. The Australia, yep, that's it. Maybe if I have any doubts, I went to the London time. That's London time. I would be there the next day, break even, no problem. New Zealand, yep, from that day negative to positive. There and another day, sometimes you will get 500 pips. Sometimes you will get only a little bit pips. Here, nothing would happen over there. Maybe would be triggered. Get a stop out. Like I said, we need to see at the end of the day what the index meter is telling us, and that it is. So here's another one, 20 pips would have gone, and the yen, that was, if we look over there, 70 pips would have survived, and then would have been a break even over there. But everything is driven by this guys who is changing his strength. We're looking for the index meter to tell us, yeah, this is a long position. Here is going up, so the euro is looking to go short. Another beautiful pound, we're looking to go short. Another beautiful Australian to looking to go short. We are in the wrong side, so we don't worry about that. New Zealand, we are on the wrong side. We don't worry about that. US Canadian, we're looking to go long, very volatile Canadian as well. Swiss, we're looking to go long, beautiful over there. And the yen, we're looking to go long and beautiful there. How many trades can we get just by looking this change of the color? What do you reckon? Look in the index meter, look in just the US pair, look in there and set up the trades. Would you like to just focus on just like that and not to worry anything more? Hmm? One group is enough, isn't it? You know, I'm very lucky that I'm not a Muslim because I don't know how they can handle many wives. So one is enough for me. It's enough headache to bypass. So why do we need more than that? Huh? What the men say over there, one is enough, isn't it? Today and forever. How many years you married, Lawrence? You're still young guy. 17 only. Oh my goodness. All right, let's continue. I said my wife. I remember, the day I married. I said to my wife, when she was about to um to sign the 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 marriage thing. I took her hands and said, "Look, you sign now, and it's no refunds, there's no comebacks, there's nothing. This is until the last day we leave. If you are prepared to do that, sign it." And she did to say, "No, you have to say you." And now we are now 27 years married, and I still love like the first day. All right, so let's not be romantic now. Let's look the dollar over there. What the dollar is says to us. Down. So what we're gonna be looking now over here, we're looking to go long. Maybe here we got to stop. Like I said, we still look at the index meter, see which one. There's another one there. Wow, that pay off all that the what we did before, isn't it? Oh, Canadian short, lot of volatility. Like I said, we're picking only the good ones, and when we see the market, even when we come into London, if something is moving 40 pips, we are in a break even. That's definitely that we need to check. Same with this one. If we come to the London time, we see move like this one, we need to save our entry. That's, and the next day, forget it. Whatever is happening over there. How many times we looking now here over and over again with this beautiful color change data strange? We're looking over here. We filter from here. So we're looking to go short now. Yep, money coming, more money coming, and more money coming. And no, maybe this one did not coming, but this one did coming, and this one's there. And that's it. We don't do anything more than only that. All right? If that would be enough for you? Yes or no? So let's do that way. All right, let's focus on this US group. Let's look when the index meter actually is, changing the color, looking all these things, and let's try the direction. Now, what happened, for example, on as I say already on Friday, we have a sort of kind of interesting sideways market, but we're still looking on the long side. Isn't it sorry, this is not the dollar. Here is the dollar. So the up after that jump over there, we can see that the market is undecided over there, but we still, how we have today, the US is in a -3, so maybe because of that. Can we maybe wait for here for tomorrow, or even tonight to get out of that? At the moment, it seems like this one is going through some struggles, but yeah, when is that? We're looking that way. All right. So that was you know, a very quick lesson about this strength of the dollar, and we're looking that way. Very simple. So when we come in and looking, for example, the pound, we need to make sure where we are with that dollar. I believe in any check, any moment you see, for example, you look the dollar over here like that, you look this trade over here, the only thing you need to just maybe very quickly just check over there, is this on the green side? Yeah, okay, that's the one that we need to trade over there, and we do that. Now this is already gone. We're looking for a good pullback. The weekly now we have 3 weeks over there. Now this is as well important. Let me just, how many minutes or 30 minutes? So right, it's Monday. One thing that we need to always understand is the power of the golden candle. All right. And we have already said that the golden candle setup comes after the 3 weeks that we have over here. So in any point that you see through here, um, every swing high, swing low has his, rejection, his breakout point. So whatever we're looking, we need to make sure that the moment that we are here, like we are with the Lord. So from here, we need to identify where is our golden candle over there. All right. So if that is actually the key, and this is a bearish golden candle. So what does mean a bearish golden candle? That we're going to be trading short all the way down until we have a bullish golden candle. But this bullish or bearish golden candle need to find out by having this setup over there. All right, so we got another one over here, and then on right over here, maybe I need to readjust the lines, and I can say this is my, there we are now in the bullish candle, so therefore I'm going to be looking to go bullish through that time, and I'm not changing my mind until I see something different. Now, qualities of setup trades is very important because we already have said that we have many ways to trade. You can decide here to trade that, for example, what we said in one of the strategies that we have is the weekly candle close strategy. Let me see where I can find one. Here. So when we come at that week over here, this week would start over there. So when we come in that week, the first trade here that is going to present us for us before the golden candle setup will be, depending of here, the strike number one, the trend line, the weekly candle close trend line breakout. So that's the number one. Now I believe that here you lot size, this is a high risk trade because we just trading a possible breakout, and it should be treated maybe with very small lot size, half a lot size, 1/4 of the normal lot size. But when we are here, this is where now things are different because we got now, if we're looking with that, sorry, if we're looking with this one, now we can identify that actually we are, on my golden candle touch. The golden candle setups is actually trades. There are actually one day I was with a lady actually was. I always keep saying ladies are better trader than men because ladies follow the rules, men always try to overcome the rules. And she only tried one pattern, he says. The pattern that light her life, and it was some kind of funny pattern, these butterfly things, and I just can't figure out thing. But if I say to myself that if only I want to trade golden candle setup patterns, what do you reckon our trading will be, on every day? Now, we don't want to miss this run as well, but if we trade this is now what I consider is a low risk trade because now we don't trade the breakout, we're trading a pullback from that breakout. And until we don't have something different, we just continue looking to trade every pullback, every pullback, every pullback, every pullback. Every time the market comes back to the golden candle setup, it's going to be a pullback because every time we draw a line over here, normally will be equivalent to a 2-week setup. And from that point, that's become my golden candle. So one trade here, 2 trades there, 3 trades over there. Once the market runs against down, we have another breakout and we got another week golden candle. And there it is. Another one over there, another one over here, and this can continue, trading that direction only by looking this way there. So that's another golden candle, another trade short over there. But suddenly things has changing now over here because now we got a different scenario. No more bearish golden candle. Now we have a bullish golden candle. And the first setup definitely will be right over there because this is the golden candle. The market comes, dips, and then brings back again. And then my next setup from there is still now this is a retracement. And look over here, put it over there, and that's my other golden candle setup. And the market continue bring me more setups as the market continue over there, and another golden candle over there. And we continue looking that bullish golden candle until we don't have any other setup over there. And then in the game, like I said, we cannot misuse the power as well of the weekly candle close breakout or weekly candle close setups over there. So golden candle, I believe, is setups that they need to be happen. When you see the three candle setups, the three candle setups, it's fine to trade the breakout, but make sure trade the breakout with a very small lot size. All right. So at least we have some buffer when the ABC setup is forms over here, and we can actually, that's when the real lot size come. Actually the buffer that will allow you to put a normal size because that would be a high quality trade. This is what I want to say. So we have high risk or low risk. That's what I mean over there. All right, so let's look now through that quickly through there because it's already 36 minutes. But I find that today it was a quite good lesson. So here the Euro US is in his way down, so we need a retracement from there. We already look over here. We need to be waiting for a pullback at the end of the day. Here we got now, like I said, this could be, today, there. But now, what is for me, for this one, for me to work, I need to see what the dollar is. The dollar index in my chart, um, bearish. At the moment, it's not. So what am I gonna decide with this one now is just to wait if this is going to be the direction, because here we got a quite interesting support with a pound. So what am I gonna be waiting is for the ABC over there. So this is when if the dollar chart index is with me here, I will be trading that direction there. So at the moment, this is, even if the pound is in 61, even if the pound here, is telling me that both are in the up. So I'm gonna hold my breath for that until that. This could be just a retracement. So if tomorrow we have a day down and the dollar is up, guess what we're gonna be looking to try there. You are with me in that one? Yes, for sure. Then we look in the Australia. And the same, nothing that we can see. Entertaining with Australia over here, and look how the Australia is being the last 2 weeks. What a luck I have, to try these 2 weeks, and with everything that is happening into my life. Here, the New Zealand is actually very weak, and we look in the New Zealand definitely is weak over there. It's been a consolidation over here, and I think that that departs for me a very good way to look at a setup sell for today. Do you agree with me in that? So we look in that, we can see that the dollar, this could be working. They have the New Zealand over there, and if I look the New Zealand here, the New Zealand isn't that. So that could be one trade for me on the dollar pair. So I don't look for the pound, I don't look for the euro at the moment, but could be a quite nice retracement. The market has gone from positive to negative, and that's now a setup that I have for the New Zealand US and that. What happened with this one? On the US Canadian, I don't think so it has anything that attract me at the moment with the Canadian over here, as both there is big retracement. So here is down, so the dollar is not in that direction, so I can just hold my trade from there, and I say no, I'm gonna be waiting for something for something different. So for now, I just can hold that one over there and make sure that try something that it makes more more there. The Swiss, definitely the Swiss is taking off from here. So we see that last week we did have the same setup, ABC setup, and we look in the Swiss is flat. The Swiss today is weak. So this is could be the second trade that we possibly will be looking now. If we want to see, with gold as well, we can confirm that. But it's definitely this is giving us a lot of strength. So we got the New Zealand US and the US Swiss and the US group according to the dollar chart that we have. Okay. Now the Friday week is not that quite good, so I think the breakout would be the safe over there because of that week that we have over there. So two currencies in that group, that's more than enough. And the yen, I don't think so. The yen it looks excite me with all these there, but look, still the still could be quite good. That's a nice weekly setup over there. That could be just a retracement. We don't know yet until things there. So tomorrow will show up. This date really mess up. I thought this was a continuation, so I tried all of this. Everything got a stop out. Then we looking long, then we looking short, and then it's just all over the place. So, and that could be a very easy deal, to set up those trades, looking, the way we're looking, and make sure that the dollar is with us, the dollar chart, and we see the power of that one over there. Then we jump to the euro yen, and we see a lot of consolidation, 2 weeks over there going nowhere. Um, we can skip that one there. The pound yen, try to look for a trade over there, and the real setup is in this one. That was not nice. This is not nice either. So I guess I yeah, everything related with the pound, it could be very painful at the end of the day. So this could just simply mean a retracement. I prefer a more wider ABC setup in here, and the pound is strong, the yen is weak. So if I look here, the pound and the yen, so that's what it is. So both are in the same scenario, and this could cause. Now, the wise place to do this one sometimes is the line chart, and what I do is if I want to get from there or there, this is a box that the market is going at the moment. Let's get out of that box before doing that. So if we're looking, for example, sometime trades like this one, when is the best place to try this consolidation is here. All right, so this is when everything there. So every time the market consolidates, when is the best time to trade this rectangle is over there. When the market leave that pull back over there, and that's it. So let's pray let's wait for that pullback out of there, because this could be a lot of noise. It's a nice breakout over there, and that's it. So there's that Australian yen, same. So we can, see that all the yen crosses are still holding even strength. Same with the New Zealand yen. Maybe here, we can, if we look in the New Zealand yen, both are actually into that. Nothing is telling us over here. Maybe tomorrow, if we wait patiently for one day to tell us what is doing, sometimes we can avoid a lot of problem. Same with this one, maybe this 2 days really mess up the whole thing. But we can wait. Canadian is strong, yen is weak, but we are not in the place. If we look in the weekly trend lines, that's where they are. We look in their weekly candle close with the Canadian. Canadian is just in a flat scenario over there. So yeah, just don't rush try Swiss yen. Actually, I don't have my list with the Swiss yen anymore, and that's it. Euro Australia, we did last week. I think we did. This is the first trend line. Now, this is interesting. We got the three candles over there set up at the moment. So for this one, for me, it would be much, much better to wait for what? For my pullback to the intersection. This is my golden candle. Let the market to run through there. Let the market comes back. Once it comes back, we can make a decision from it. If we haven't get it, but look how volatile it's been this one at the end of the day. Euro Canadian, so that was a quite nice clear. We did, I think, if you watch the Friday webinar, the pre-recorded webinar I did, that was a very nice setup. In the Euro Canadian at that moment, it was actually, yeah. So from that was on this day, and the Euro was in the down, and the Canadian was in the up. So definitely, it was a good trade, and Canadian got strong. So we're looking over there, 26 pips, 30 pips, you know, normally I try to look something very, very small from that. Then Euro New Zealand. So Euro New Zealand break up from there. Now, why this one did not work and the Euro New Zealand? Because both are actually in the same. So that's something quite good. Even if we look that one quite okay to trade, if the strength is no diverge, so we can end it up in this. So one of these will move out, but maybe not yet. Now we got an incredible reversal weekly candle close. Previous a very high week, this could be there. And for the pound crosses, like I said, you have to hold your breath when these things, that's the euro pound, by the way. But for the pound Australia, look how can you trade going up to 117, comes down to 125, going up to 115, coming down 160, 190, 150, 175. So you wouldn't need at least a $500, 500 pips stop loss to do this one, isn't it? So like I said, these ones you got to be very careful with this one. These ones are no. If you try, maybe you can try 10 cents a pip, because otherwise this can really hurt a lot. This one is so look the pound Canadian the same. No matter even if they go in the direction, the pullbacks are very horrendous through this one. The pound it says that everything is on there. So I'm looking for the support. I'm looking for the right date, right moment. I don't trust much uh, um, Mondays. That at the end of the day. So here it is. So that again with the pound New Zealand, um, it goes that way. So let's look quickly what happened with gold. Gold is in his way continue sort of up. Today we got a downside with gold. So that could be just a retracement. The weekly is still strong. We see the weekly the weekly trend line first strategy ever, and after that nothing could move us from there. Oil, we see the market is continue coming back today, so I could look at setup like that, but this candle is not quite positive, but it will still see until tomorrow what happened over there. So if we're looking in oil here, so one of the good things with oil, this is why the Canadian as well is not fluctuating properly, because oil is not really trending. It's just causing these sort of problems at the moment over there. So we don't have really much to do. S&P 500, I heard the 800 pips drops, but now it's coming back. And if we look in here in the 4 hours, what a moves, compared to when it breaks and when it moves over there. Australian 200. And I was waiting to go short from that. This is the 4 hours. So we're going to the 1 hour, so that it is. But maybe there. this is still on that direction. We're looking here. That could be my golden candle setup. So we add in that candle and see what happened with Australian 200 over there. Okay, my friends, the dash, let me see quickly this one, how we going. So yeah, big moves happened last week. The market, I can see the market is still holding somehow the price over there. Are we gonna come back? So my best strategy for that, it will be looking for my first kind of looking if I want to go long. At the moment, nothing moved me from my short view, so I still would be looking, waiting for a bearish day, and from there. So time will tell. At the moment, you know, the first thing could happen over here is to continue, or the weekly candle close, which is trend line, which is quite far away from that. UK 100. This one was in this candle over there that I set up that sell. There, let me change the. And it was there. So that day, market comes, pulls back, down, entry, and now I need to make sure break even over there because we are in a quite interesting level at the moment there. So it seems like here it's been holding that strength for quite some time and could be rejecting over there. If it rejects, I need a nice weekly. I have this is would be my two lines over there, so nothing there. And the last one, JP, there, the same thing. Look how horrific it's been going over there. I don't see yet strategy over there, just a line over here, so we just leave it alone. All right, my friends, so that was all. 52 minutes. It's been quite long, but I hope so that this helped you to understand today, setups, and yeah, just to make sure that we just you know we just enter to the right places and here, so we don't have the that fluctuation. All right, so see us tomorrow, and enjoying your day. And sorry for last week. Like I said, it was very crazy, very scary. For support my daughter was very important. She went through a very a week. She's settled now. The baby is settled as well. But like I said, he's a lot of. Unfortunately, this man comes from a very bad background, and there's a lot of threats made to me and my family. So. Yeah, we just, like I said, live by day, and hopefully nothing will escalate there. So everything will be in the hands of the law and the lawyers as well, and see how that is. Yes, my heart is not quite easy at the moment. Just every phone call, every news we hear could be devastating for us. But anyway, God is on our side. He will protect us at the end of the day. Enjoy your day, and see you tomorrow. And like I said, I will look for that. The chats to send you later. All right. Take care. Cheers and bye.